welcome you all, my brothers and sisters, to Occupy the Courts San Francisco style. We are here today in solidarity with citizens in cities and towns all across the United States and at the Supreme Court itself.
Yes!
Yeah.
We are here not to protest, not to petition, and not to plead, but to proclaim a truth that should be self-evident even to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And which one is that? There it is. Corporations are not people, and money is not speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say it one more time, please.
Corporations are not people. Money is not free speech.
We not only proclaim this truth, we proclaim our intention to amend our Constitution and enshrine this into the Constitution so that it can guide us toward a government that is truly of, by, and for the people. We can do this. We can amend the Constitution without going through the Congress.
Yes, we can!
We can make it happen working at the local, county, and then state levels.
Okay, gotcha.
People's mic. Okay.
Just if you're gonna do people's mic.
Yes. We can make it happen.
Use this
Working at the local, county, and then state level.
Working at the local, county, and state levels.
We can speak to our neighbors and friends. We can host town halls and teach-ins.
Town halls and teach-ins.
We can speak at our churches.
We can speak at our churches,
Our synagogues.
our synagogues,
Our mosques.
our mosques,
And our wiccas.
and our wiccas.
We can do it with humor,
We
with
can-
song, and with story.
With song and with story.
We can point to the absurdity
We can point to the absurdity
of the proposition that corporations are people
of the proposition that corporations are people
and speak seriously
and speak seriously
of the damage done to our communities,
of the damage done to our communities,
our children, and our planet
our children, and our planet
by global corporations gone amok,
by global corporations gone amok,
and of emerging strategies for ending this domination.
for ending this domination.
Corporations work very hard
Corporations work very hard
to convince us that we cannot do without them
to convince us that we cannot do without them
and the products they produce.
and the products they produce.
They tell us they are too big to fail
They tell us they're too big to fail
and that our survival is dependent on theirs.
and that our survival is dependent on theirs.
They work very hard to distract us
They work very hard to distract us
with their endless entertainments
with their endless entertainments
and to convince us that even if we do not like what is happening,
and to convince us that even if we do not like what's happening,
one person like us can do nothing about it.
one person like us can do nothing about it.
Occupy has changed all that.
Occupy has changed all that.
We have found and continue to find one another.
and continue to find one another.
We know we are not alone.
We know we are not alone.
That all over the world,
That all over the world,
the spark lit in Tunisia
the spark lit in Tunisia,
has spread into a global movement
global movement,
for democracy, human rights,
human rights,
and an economy that serves people and the planet.
and an economy that serves people and the planet.
We are only at the beginning of this struggle.
We are only at the beginning of this struggle.
Corporations depend
Corporations depend
upon our short attention span
upon our short attention span
and believe that we will soon become tired
and believe that we will soon become tired,
bored,
bored,
or frightened
or frightened
by the work involved in changing this system.
by the work involved in changing this system.
We are showing ourselves
We are showing ourselves
that this work,
that this work,
frustrating as it can be,
frustrating as it can be,
is also enlivening,
is also enlivening,
energizing,
energizing,
and just plain fun.
and just plain fun.
Meeting our sisters and brothers,
Being our sisters and brothers,
making our karmic connections,
making our karmic connections,
building the future together.
building the future together.
This is great work,
This is great work,
worthy work
worthy work,
for a human family recognizing who we are
for a human family recognizing who we are
and what we can do together.
and what we can do together.
We at Move to Amend
We at Move to Amend
are grateful for the opportunity
are grateful for the
to
opportunity
play our part in this process.
to play our part in this process,
Changing the nature of politics in the United States
changing the nature of politics in the United States
is a crucial element
is a crucial element
in the global challenge to corporate power.
in the global challenge to corporate power.
This great event today,
This great event today,
joining thousands of citizens across the United States,
thousands of citizens across the United States,
began with a suggestion
began with suggestion
on a conference call
on a conference
just a
call
few months ago.
just a few months ago,
Inspired by our friends at Occupy,
inspired by our friends at Occupy.
we decided to come to the federal courts
We decided to come to the federal courts
on this second anniversary of Citizens United
on the second anniversary of Citizens United
and signal our intent to amend the Constitution.
and signal our intent to amend the Constitution.
We began with about 4 cities participating,
We began with about 4 cities participating.
and we hope for 14.
We looked for 14.
Person to person and town to town,
Person to person and town to town.
it has grown to over
It has grown to over
135 cities in 46 states.
135 cities in 46 states.
Yes! And many of these
Many of these
are in places where the weather is far worse
where the weather is far
than we
worse
have here today.
than here today.
We hope you will join us
We hope you will join us
in our work
No, right.
or find your own way to participate.
or find your own way to participate.
Together we can build a world
Together we can build a world
where cooperation replaces coercion,
where cooperation replaces coercion,
where justice replaces privilege,
where justice replaces privilege,
and where sharing replaces greed.
and where sharing replaces greed.
The future is there for us,
The future is there for us,
and we will create it together.
and we will create it together.
Thank you all so much.